Thing on? Is this thing on? Oh my God, is it on? I don't know. I can't tell anymore. I can't tell anymore. Holy snarlies. Holy cannoli. How are you? What if I just did a live stream where I just read stuff online? Would people watch that? Remember when there was like this whole fad of live stream? Well, maybe it's still a thing where people watch videos. Mukbang, that's what it was called. People watched other people eating ridiculous, obtuse amounts of food. Obtuse is such a good word. I know it's not exactly appropriate here, but it's such a great word. We should be using that more. I used to call people obtuse. But I wonder if we could start a new genre of like mukbang, but people watch other people read, you know? Like maybe I just sit here, take out one of my books. I've already read this one. But you know, the whole live stream is just people watching me read. It's like mukbang for book enthusiasts. What would you call that? A book enthusiasts. Bookophile? Bookophiles. I don't like that word. Audiophile. So guys, there's some big news today. Do you know what it is? My sound effects thing is not working, and I apologize. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Huh?
What?
2 hours later.
I haven't really got to reviews, so I'm doing a little preemptive live. This is the live before the live. The live before the live. It's the pre-live live. Oh, why would you do that live on camera? And I did see a headline come across my feed that said Don Trump.
No.
Don Trump.
I can't believe it, but they don't want to admit it, but I can't believe it.
That's exactly what I said, Don. Don Trump was considering pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell. You might know her from her stint in prison she's doing, a 20-year stint. You might know of her. She's in prison for 20 years for really not good things, like the worst of the worst things, you know. As they say in prison, if you got caught with this paperwork, you probably wouldn't see the next moonrise. So she's in prison for that. And then there's another dude. He goes by many names. You might know him as bad boy for life. Sean Diddler Combs. Brother Love, Puff Yaddy. And he said, Don Trump said,
Educated, I love the poorly educated.
I know you said that, but Don Trump said that he had been reached out to by the Diddy people. Can't imagine them being great people for our communities, but that they had asked him for a pardon. A pardon.
Hello!
A pardon! And that he would consider it. So I'm guessing the way this happens, again, I'm not a pardon guy. I didn't major in pardonology. I know some of you probably went to school. Hey, what's up, CJ? Good to see you. Much love to you. Good to see you. Sending you amazing vibes. Boom! Amazing vibes sent right to your face. If you'd like amazing vibes sent to your face, first hit subscribe, then hit the notification bell, and then say hi in the chat. But I'm guessing how pardons work is like there's a donation made. I'm guessing they call it a donation, probably for legal reasons. Since in prim, what do we expect from Trump? Very true. Very true. Love the avatar since in prim. By the way, if you're new here, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Rob. I go live every single weekday. I joke about the news because the news is a joke. Why is it a joke? Well, because P. Diddy was just sentenced to just over 4 years. 4 years too little, if you're asking me. For the video I saw of him beating the out of that woman, maybe go to jail for longer. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. Come here. What's going on, little buddy? I'm already subbed. Solidarity, thank you. Hey, Timothy, good to see you. Hit that like, share, subscribe, and keep it honorable. Well, Timothy, you're asking people to do more than the president in the United States because it's not honorable to let these. YouTube's kind of funny with the words, so I'll say these PDF file enablers and abusers and the tuition, the prostitutioners, the people that had so much money, that they called each other enigmas.
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
That money is no thing. This is, again, why we need to tax billionaires into extinction. Because they have so much money, they just decided to prey on children and vulnerable people. Or, you know, just think laws don't apply to them, right? And I thought, I know Donald Trump isn't allowed to operate a charity in New York City. If you didn't know that, you should look it up. You should look up, I believe some words you might see in that is fraud, charity, Trump. Those might be words to Google. Look that up, New York City. And in New York City, the GOP, the guardians of the PDFers. And he's not allowed to run charities, but I'm guessing for legal. Crush Dice is here. Good to see you, Crush. Good to see you. Sending you good vibes. Pew! Thank you. For those who say I'm weird, okay. What of it? But I'm guessing for legal reasons, to get a pardon, you probably have to make a donation. For legal reasons, you have to call it a donation. I'm guessing to a private library, a presidential private library. I'm sure if you make a big enough donation, you could probably, some might say they're buying a pardon. You know, some might say they're buying a pardon. But others might say it's just a donation that is coincidentally at the same time they're asking for a pardon. I'm guessing this is how it goes. Again, nothing's happened, folk. Nobody's been pardoned yet. You got to see that donation. You know what I mean? Your circumstances might be greatly improved if my presidential library was a little more donated to, if you understand how America works. Okay? Isn't this the, Unitarian Universalist sign for give me that seed money, bitches?
Have you found Jesus?
Joel Osteen did, and he found him right behind the donation box. He said the only way to get to Jesus, folks, is boom, boom, donations. 3-Ear Rabbit says, y'all Qaeda. That's what I'm calling the Republicans down south. Y'all Qaeda. They want Sharia law, but with Jesus, not Jesus's laws. They want like Leviticus law. Make stuff up to complain. He didn't pardon anyone out yet. You're right. Yet. You're right. That's exactly what we're saying. He didn't yet, but he said he'll consider it. And what I'm saying as a commentaryist, I went to Harvard Community College to study, I got my master's degree in commentariology. I'm a commentologist. And 3-Eared Rabbit is very keen and perceptive, understanding that, yeah, that's what we're talking about, that he's probably waiting for a donation to a presidential library, or maybe a donation to his meme coin. Do you understand what this means? A donation? And I'm sure once the donation comes out, I mean, here we go, 3-Ear Rabbit. Remember when Ghislaine Maxwell was in like a high security prison? And then she leaked a photo of a poem?
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
Oh, we noticed that when that birthday card poem came out that Trump said didn't exist, which did, and Ghislaine's people released it and said, oh yeah, you don't think that exists? Here it is. Ghislaine has the whole book, and we'll release more. And when all those things came out, and Trump said, that doesn't exist. Now it's not my signature. I've never doodled. You know, that old trope. I've never drawn anything in my life. Ask my kindergarten teachers. I didn't doodle once. Well, after that little donation to the public came out, Ghislaine happened to get moved, breaking all rules and regulations, by Donald Trump's regime to a camp. To a camp. No prison walls, nothing. So yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Criminals pardoning criminals. Troy Frost. Well, that's how it goes. When you elect a felon, the felon's going to be like, oh, you did S crimes, you did those crimes. All right, who cares? Make a small donation. And I haven't even got to it. I know it's in the title, but calm down. I thought of a great name for Trump's new charity. It's called Pardons for Pervos. LLC, little circle with an R in it. Copyright. AI can't take this. We opt out. I think, maybe he should just start a charity. He should start a Give, Send, Go called Pardons for Pervos. And, Ghislaine's people, Diddy can donate, that Miami money that he's got. He can just make a large donation, coincidentally at the time he's asking for a pardon, and I'm sure all will be forgiven. You just really feel bad. Well, maybe you don't, but some people, like myself, might have a lot of compassion for his victims, the community. It's not going to be safer. Thank you, Alma. I was just going to quiet that dude. It's so amazing that we're like a year in, America's awful, and people are like, Trump won. It's like, do you not have the internet? We know he cheated. Anyways, CJ says if Trump had a dime for every lie, he would actually be very rich. Well, CJ, that's actually how it works. He lies and gets dimes for it, lots of them. He says, oh, I got a great meme coin. It's going to be awesome. Go look up the value of his meme coin right now. Really? You don't agree with Trump, but it's way better than Kamala? Kamala, who was campaigning for price gouge protections. What is better? I just want to hear, what do you think is better besides, you just saying that to troll? I don't agree with the felon PDF file in the White House, but it's just better. America's much better. I'm glad Diddy's going to get out. Is that really your thoughts? Just shut up. So if you haven't seen, and this is the pre-live, this is the pre-show. Right now you're in the green room at the comedy spaceship. Oh my God, hold on. This little guy is just sitting here staring at me. He's just sitting here. He's like, can you please pay attention to me? Hi, buddy. Hi. It's just weird to have you sitting at my feet staring at me. What's going on? I told you, you can't produce the podcast. I'm so sorry. I've hired your sister. She's just better at it than you are. I'm going for Disney to pick up my stuff. Gross. That was gross. Don't do that. Don't. Excuse yourself. But I'm trying to get Disney to pick up my story. It's called Catatouille. It's about this guy who has a YouTube live stream, right? Hit subscribe, notification bell. And he runs this YouTube live stream, and it's immensely popular. It grows by leaps and bounds, and his YouTube channel gets huge, and the community is amazing, and they build out this whole alt-left pipeline, and they bring freedom back to America. And Disney does a story on it, and they find out that the whole podcast, Joe Rogan has that dude, Doug, I don't know, Cameron, I don't know who Joe Rogan's producer is, where they're like, hey, bring that up. Todd, I don't know, some white name. The guy that usually has to tell him, Joe, this is a comedy channel. You've been fooled again, Joe. Boomer. We should just call him Boomer. Slow Rogan. You were tricked again. This is a comedy channel. It's satire, buddy. And he's like, why does it lie? So instead of when Disney's like, oh, we want to do a story on you, we're going to make a Pixar film. They go to find out my story, and it turns out, just like in Ratatouille, the restaurant's run by a chef with a rat in his hat. They go, who's playing all those audio clips? And you're like, oh my God. And you're like, oh my God, it was the cats all the time. He has a bunch of kittens running his podcast. Kelly, the kitten doesn't have a name. My daughter wanted to call him King George. She's a big fan of the late 1700s. But I think one shouldn't be named Pumpkin. Which one? Which one? But these are the guys running the show. So hit subscribe and hit like if you want to support these kittens. You know, if you want to support them, King George it shall be. Wait a minute. No. Dro Station Spooky. No. I told her no. Do you guys really think she should be able to call that one King George? I said no. I said no. I can't believe. Hey, Desi, good to see you. Spooky Ann. Dro Station. Do you really believe that she should be able to name one of those orange cats King George? She said he looks like King George. And I said, you're nuts. We're not naming him that. Maybe Pumpkin. I said, think of stuff that's orange. That's how creative I am. Orange cat should be named Trump. We would not do that. We would not trouble this kitten with that kind of name. King Orangey George. Wait a minute. You guys are turning on me. Not pumpkin cliche. All right, fine. That was my daughter's comment, Dro Station. King George. Oh, Chucky. Everybody's turning on me. Could be Georgie. Oh, my God. Really? This is what I get? I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. I thought I would have some backing. I told my daughter no one would agree with that. And here we are. Here we are. Fine. Oh my God, she's gonna be so excited. And tread on scorpions, said King George. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in you, but that surprise was nice in itself. So really, hold on. I'm going to go. We'll talk about Trump and his new charity, Pardons for Pervos, in a second. Cheeto. Ooh, I like Cheeto. She should not be pardoned. And he should not be. He just got sentenced. Like, you can't just pardon these people. Hold on. I'm going to show you. These kittens. And you tell me if one of them looks like a King George, okay? If you don't know, King George is King George III. He was the king in England at the time of the American Revolution. And she said, he looks like King George III. And I said, no, he doesn't. She said, yeah, kind of. So, I don't know. Caro Soda? Crush. Caro Soda? What is that? That would be a cool name. I'm all for weird names. Like, I really want to name one of the cats Fish. And the kids won't let me name a cat Fish. Why can't you let me name the cat Fish? I wanted to name the dog Rabbit and the cat Fish. Nobody lets me do this. But King George, and all of a sudden everybody's like, oh yeah, King George is good. Really? Dro. I'm not reading that comment and I'm not naming it that. Squirrel. That's a good name. That is a good name. Cheeto Puffington. Adorable. King George and a catfish. They won't let me name one of the catfish. Cat named Goose. I like that. Rat. Okay, we got to do some news. Ray the person. See? I know you're not a bot because bots wouldn't put in the name. Ray the person. It's like when you got to prove to the computer you're not a robot and they're like, what's a fire hydrant? And you're like, that is. And they're like, he got it again. And they're like, what's a crosswalk? And you're like, that is. And he's like, obviously not a bot. Let him into the website. I know that Ray, the person, is clearly a person because why would a bot call itself the person? I didn't even read his comment. Hold on. Okay, so Ray says, Linda Douglas. I like that he used the last name too. Linda Douglas, come to the office, please. Linda Douglas, it's pathetic that you defend anything other than hell no, not pardoning her. And I agree. Like, these people were sentenced by a judge, by a jury of their peers. They are a net negative to society. This is only for political gain. Political Ghislaine. Oh, okay. Anyways, but Trump will pardon her, I'm guessing, because, you know, she could just release more birthday cards, Trump said, to Epstein, or release more damning evidence, like we saw the big picture of Jeffrey Epstein holding a check where he bought a woman from him for $20,000. And even though Diddy spoke against Donald, which you don't do, and Donald clearly said that, you know, and I think talking about Shane Gillis at one point, said, oh, is he one of our guys? Is he one of our guys? Like, he just wants people on a certain team. That's why, folks, don't play political teams. Red, blue, it doesn't matter. This is a class war, not a culture war. If people like Tim Pool try to tell you, oh, culture war, the M&M's going to make you gay, or whatever, they're distracting you, okay? They're distracting you from real things that are happening right now, like, where is it? Oh, did you lose the thing I was going to show you? Where did you put it? Okay, here it is. Here it is. The dollar has lost over 10% of its value just this year. Have you even said thank you, like J.D. Vance likes to say? Have you even said thank you to Donald Trump, that if in the past, since Donald Trump has taken reign of his regime, if you haven't gotten a 11% raise, your money is worth less. That's how that works, folks. And since 2025, from 2025 till before Trump took over, our dollar had lost 25% of its value. Now it's at 35% of its value. The one thing I love about cats is if there's like a little bug in the house, they will get rid of it. Thank you, cat. But yeah, so just this year, dollars lost another 10% of its value. So if you didn't get an 11, if your boss didn't call you and say, hey, we got it, you know, the dollar's losing a lot of value, you get 11% raise so you can buy the same amount of stuff that you bought before. Now you can buy 10% less, and that's not even considering the inflation on food, which is up, you know, 5-10%, if not more, and people will still defend it. Oh Christ. Okay, we can do this. Jesus, I bet he's going to try to pardon them both. I believe he will, you know. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He doesn't care what voters think. He doesn't care if our neighborhoods are safer. He does not care about anything besides her not releasing more Epstein stuff, like the birthday card that Joe Rogan read aloud.
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
Like, that's creep behavior. You ever wrote your friend a poem calling the victims enigmas, saying, you know, there's got to be more to life than this. We have all the money. Our parents gave us all the money, so now we got to do creep stuff. So I think Trump will pardon her. He's just waiting for like a hurricane to hit or something, so then he could do it and it will be bottom news. And he'll be like, you're still talking about that pardon? You guys are idiots, morons, weaklings. So he'll do it because she's obviously got the dirt on him. And then with Diddy, even though Diddy, you know, you can't talk ill of my Lord Fat Orange, McCankle's fat orange tits. You can't speak ill of him. And even though Diddy did, I'm guessing if you follow the money, if you just keep an eye out for any donations, you know, they call it donations. It sounds better than, you know, purchasing a pardon. But I'm sure if there's a healthy donation made, you'll see Diddy walk free, which is absolutely bizarre. And again, folks, who cares if you're a Republican? Who cares if you're a Democrat? Who cares? Well, you're like, you know, the far right, the misogynist, racist, like, then we care. But if you're just like into politics, if you're like, I'm a one issue voter guy, you know, I want my egg to be less. We should all be able to come together. This is not like a team thing. This is like he's releasing people that are poison to the community. These are not good people. These are collectively, I think we should all be able to agree, the kids are not safer with these people on the streets. And I like you to think of the victims and the survivors. The victims in the Diddy case and the survivors in the Maxwell case. Is very, very important. I just said a message and it got deleted automatically. Interesting. YouTube will do that, so I don't know. And then there's people like Rick who says, I like to be an asshat, LOL. And there are just people who will come out and just say that stuff. They like think they're the Howard Stern of the comments. They're like, oh, get ready for me. I'm going to be so shocking. And it happens. It happens. It happens. What are you going to do? It happens. There's some people that are just human turds. I mean, look at what we're talking about. Ghislaine Maxwell, rich kid, grew up, didn't have to, you know, work a job for healthcare, for access to a doctor. And look at what she did. You know, look at the choices she did in her life. She could have had it all. She could have been on a jet ski right now. Right now. She could have been on a jet ski right now. How many of you rather be in the comments than on a jet ski? And the people that say stuff like free Diddy, I'm just going to mute you for 24 hours because, you know, I side with, what was it, Cassandra? The woman in the video that got released to him in the hotel doing absolutely unspeakable things to that woman. I side with her. And if you don't, then we're going to have some issues. And mostly you're not going to be able to talk on my channel. Because thank you, Freeboat. He is a stick, 100%, 100%. And here, if you're new, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Rob. We joke about the news. We comment on the news. I got my master's in commentology from YouTube University. Is that a real thing? Well, it sounds good enough. People believe that, you know, Donald Trump was going to release the Epstein files. I guess I got my master's degree in commentology, if we're just saying stuff that doesn't matter. But there is a couple of guidelines I like to adhere by. If you're a misogynist, racist, homophobe, transphobe, anti-Semite, bigoted, any of that stuff in a hateful way, you just get muted for the day. And then you come back, try again tomorrow. And if it turns out, if it's your genetics, you're just ingrained to be an inbred, then we'll mute you again. But other than that, let's have conversations. Let's joke. I'm fine with that. But, you know, that whole free Diddy thing. As Diddy would say, Nobody cares about your rules. Oh, good. I'm glad you don't care. Try again tomorrow, Bill. And sometimes it's just fun to do that, you know? Is the character of the left? BG Floyd, try again. I don't understand what that comment was. What is this live about? Max Rebo. This live is about the news. We talk about the news. We joke about the news. Sometimes we discuss life things, you know. A lot of times it's commentary. Sometimes it's comedy. And it's always sarcastic. So I hope you can imbibe.